Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing this morning? Mr. Keep It Scale Stupid, Mr. Mister. Been hanging out in the chat talking about models and such. Hope you two gentlemen are doing well this morning. Oh man, coffee is good. Speaking of which, Mr. TC will be with us in a little while. He had to run and get some coffee. He said he woke up and there was no caffeine in the house whatsoever. So when I got home this morning about 30 minutes ago, I wanted to try out my theory that I mentioned yesterday on stream. So I will show that in a minute. But let's start off like we always do by showing what I carried last night. In my front pocket, I had the Thornton. I'm digging this knife. Yeah. I don't know why so much. It's very sharp. It's got very good action. Very easy to open and fun to use. Good morning, Michael. So I had that in the front pocket, and then in the back pocket, I had my shortcut. So my shortcut was in the back. I think Mr. Mister has been practicing all kinds of cool ways to open and close his. I keep using the same one. I'm boring like that. Once I find a good one that I like, I just do it. And that seems to work for me. I did put the little thumb screw on, but you have to tighten it with a flathead to get it to hold the blade in. And that would be one of my only complaints about it, is the blade holding capacity of it is a little weird. It's not very reassuring. I guess it'll do a fine job. We'll see over some time. So, my theory that I tested when I got home was I drew out a circle on a piece of titanium. And I went really slow with 100% power. And this is 1 millimeter thick titanium, so it's not thin. And I kept moving it down, and after about 6 passes, you can see I have almost made it all the way through the titanium. So it got down there far enough that it marked the other side of it. I ran out of time before I had to broadcast, so I had to stop. But my theory works, and I should be able to make my own custom watch faces. Just trying to look up some blank titanium dials last night got me to thinking about testing this morning. So that's cool that worked. I used this piece that I'd already run that test on just to test, because why not? And I also got a chance to test my on-screen dimensions versus real dimensions. I need to calibrate that somehow. I think there's a way to do it in the program. But this is supposed to be a 28.5 millimeter circle for a watch face, and it's actually like 26.5. So I need to adjust some settings in there to where my stuff comes out true to life. And of course that's all about the focus distance and all that stuff too. But anyway, that worked, so that was super cool. I hate when I have stuff telling me it's out for delivery today, but I have no idea what it is. That always makes me angry, because I'm quite sure it's a knife but I don't know what knife. And that doesn't surprise me. Had PCB way deep laser tiny bud text 0.2 millimeters, I think in brass. Yeah, I think each one of my passes did a little over 0.1 of a millimeter, because like I said, this is almost through and it was like 6 passes, so that would be a little over 0.1. And different metals, of course, it will go deeper. I think brass, it would go through easier than titanium. So I ought to be able to get a 0.2 millimeter. In brass, but yeah, we're almost all the way through, so that's cool. That lets me know that I can do some deep engraving, because that's pretty deep in a knife scale. In fact, it's probably twice as deep as all of that. So that's cool. I did buy something from Amazon that Mr. Williams suggested the other day, or showed us the other day. And I got it in yesterday and took it to work with me to test it out and check it out. And I'm going to show that to you now. I've got some issues with it, and I'm going to be returning it. I actually already taped it back up to return it, but then I decided, well, it's knife related and I have nothing to talk about this morning, so I thought I would show it and tell you, good morning, Dalton, and tell you my issues with it so that you could know whether you want to buy one or not. So it is that knife case that he showed the other day that was kind of small, and here it is. Let me get the stuff off of it here. Well, it did come, the acrylic did come fully covered with the sticky paper, so I had to clear all that off. See my ceiling fan up there on the reflection. But it is super shiny and nice acrylic, so that's cool. The camera's right above it too. That's pretty cool. See the screen over there. So here's my issues with this thing. There's a couple. Good morning, Waylon. So I thought it was going to be nice. When I pulled it out, it looked fairly nice for $30. But here's why I'm going to return it. Wow, I didn't even notice all those little... They used a mill or something to do this with, and it left the tool mark as they went through there. They didn't even bother sanding that out before refinishing it. So here's the problems. Well, I noticed the handle is crooked too now. I just noticed that. The drawer sticks as you pull it out. It's a little warped and it's hard to pull out. So that's one thing. That can be solved with some wax. You could wax, but I don't know if you could take the drawer completely out, because it's got a stop here and it's pin nailed in and you can't really get it out. So to wax it, you'd have to wax the sides here maybe or something. But it's very, very tight and hard to get in and out. So that's kind of annoying. But the main flaw is this. So I took some knives and I filled up the whole thing. And instantly I noticed when I started putting knives in it that the bottom of these is really round, and knives want to fall over and don't want to stand up real easy. So I wish that they would have squared out the bottoms a little more, because they just want to fall over. And if you have knives in there that are of any size, they will hit each other as they're falling. So the bottom should be flattened out a little bit, and you could mod it. Like I said on the Discord, you could mod this to be okay with some wax on here. And one of the main things, but if you have knives in here and you decide to move this at all, they're going to fall over and hit each other. So I wish the bottoms of these were a little flatter instead of just perfectly round. They want to roll over. Then another big problem is even little knives hit when you try to close them. They hit the middle here and it won't close. There's a little block that sticks down. Let me show you. There's a block that sticks down. So in the middle you can't put very big knives at all because they hit. And just like I said with the top ones, these bottom ones are just as bad about falling over. They don't want to stand up. And all they had to do, so that's what I did. I leaned them all over, but they were hitting each other, and I didn't like that. It's not the biggest thing, as you can see. That's how I carried them. That's how I moved them. I laid them all over first before I moved them because I knew they were going to fall. And I guess you could display them that way. That'd be fine. So if you're cool with not standing them up straight and can lean them all over, then you could get one after you fix the drawer. I mean, it's really, really hard to close. And just the tolerances. But let me grab, well, I've got some knives laying here. Let me just show you how, so just regular size knives, they overlap and they hit each other. And I don't like, and that one, so let me just put these in here. These are the ones I have laying over here for size comparisons when I do unboxing videos and stuff. So let's see, where's the shortcut? So with them all laid over, I guess it will work. And will close because when they're laid over, they don't stick up as high. So I guess you could do that. And I guess they don't really hit each other. A couple of these are, but I guess you could stagger them. And then up here on the top, you could definitely do that. Some of them lock in better than others. It depends on how wide the scales are. But like I said, if you go to move this thing at all, they're going to fall over. But once you get it set up, if you don't touch it, it should be fine. So take that for what it's worth. The goods, the bads, the overall quality of it. It's fairly decent out of wood. Like I said, you can see those. Yeah, I don't know. I had it boxed up and was ready to send it back. But, and I don't know, because if I used it, it would be for super nice knives. I wouldn't just put some of my cheap knives on here. And I just don't know how I feel about them falling over and hitting each other. And I don't like how these little channels, you could possibly put something in the bottom of these, like some sticky, grippy stuff. Little rubberized strips of something. So you could fill up the bottom of these, but then you lose the sides once you do that. Or you could take something and flatten out the bottoms and give you a little more depth. I just felt, I didn't notice this last night, but I guess this tray on the inside will come out. So you could take it out and mill and sand or something, flatten the channels and restain it. Hinges, Hinges for what? I'm confused about the hinges part. Are you talking about for the lid? You couldn't add hinges for the lid because of how it sits down over this edge. It wouldn't clear the. It's that much of an overhang. Yeah, I've got a router. I could route out the bottom of these flat. I mean, like I said, it could be modded to work better. And maybe that's what you do when you buy a $30 one of these. But I think you could possibly, yeah. So you can get this out of there. And it's actual real wood, so that's cool. You can see the depth and the roundness, how they're perfectly round. You know, you can mod anything to make it better, in my opinion. I wish you could take this drawer all the way out, but, you know, they put that block there. It's got that wooden block there. It's keeping you from being able to pull it all the way out. And it is pretty tight. I can't really tell. I think it's on the up and down. I think this board has warped down a little bit maybe. But the lid, this is why you couldn't put hinges on it, because of how thick this is. If this was littler, then you could do it. So you could put this on there if it was thinner. But once you attach the hinges, if you left them perfectly, it wouldn't be able to lift up over that big thick edge. It's going to hit. So, there it is. Y'all have seen my my evaluation of it. And I still don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I've got 30 days to figure it out, because you know Amazon, they'll take anything back. Good thing about buying Amazon. But, I mean, for the price, I guess you can't complain. I mean, that's what I have to take into account a lot of times, is like, what am I really expecting for this cost, you know? And take that into consideration. Then, I mean, that's why when people bitch about the prices of some of these clones, I'm like, you know, them being expensive, I'm like, you could buy the real thing for 10 times that, so why are you bitching about, you know? Yeah, you could router a bevel on the front of that so that you could put a hinge on it, but I don't know why you would want a hinge. I mean, unless you're going to just be getting in and out of it constantly. I would use it more for a display case, and it would probably collect dust before I'd open it up and need a hinge on it. But that's just my thoughts. Something else. Oh yeah, so the Discord. I did a couple of things with it last night. I took and made a. Dang it. Discord. Well, y'all ignore that. I'm sure it didn't show much, but it was a private message. I should have checked that. I hate when my screen is set to private messages when I go to something. But it's all good. It didn't have any real personal information, just our personal conversation. So on the Discord, I kind of wanted the Knife Picks channel to only be cool knife picks when they get posted, so that we'll just have a channel full of nice pictures. So I didn't want everyone to start typing in here and talking in here. And so that being said, I got a bot in here now that will delete all comments that are posted into that channel. So as you can see here, I'm going to show you. So if I go to Discord in a browser, it'll log me in under a different account, not my Blade Alchemy account. It's the blah blah, it's some other account. I can't remember what the name of it is. But as you can see, if I go to the Knife Picks channel and I type awesome knife, it instantly gets deleted. And there's a bot that's doing that. And it also logs it into a logging channel that tells me that a message got deleted that said awesome knife from Knife Picks. So that will just help keep Knife Picks clean and just Knife Picks. So if you want to talk about, now reactions are still allowed, so I can still give it a thumbs up or give it a whatever, a fire emoji or whatever. So you can post pictures and you can do reactions. But I would prefer everybody chat in the general chat. Now in the general chat, I added another bot which actually does some cool stuff. So you can type slash and like Google, and you can type, if you want to look up a knife, you can type TS89 like, and it will go through and it'll automatically give you results in the Discord from Google for that knife. So you can click on them and it'll well, stupid, y'all didn't even see the stupid Google bot. Dang it. I hate that. You didn't see where it deleted my comment, but if I type a comment, oh, that's me. If I go back to the, well, y'all saw it delete the comment on the Firefox, but comment. So it just deleted it again, and then it put it in the logging channel and said it deleted it. But there's also a bot in here that you can use for searches and all kinds of cool stuff. You can type /AI and ask it a question. What is the hardness level of TC4 titanium? And it will, the AI will go out there and figure that out. It says the hardness of TC4 titanium varies depending on the heat treatment, but generally ranges from 30 to 40 HRC. So the little bot commands, if you type the slash, you'll be able to see all the commands that you're allowed to type. There's an Urban Dictionary. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. You can do like a magic 8-ball. There's also other commands like 8-ball. Should I get the null vandal? Outlook not so good. So there's some cool little apps that the bot does. So the bot will help out in the Discord. Yeah, I don't know. So you should be able to type everywhere. Can y'all not type in the general chat? Am I the only one that can type in there? No, I know y'all can type in there. The only one you can't type in is Knife Picks. And it's not a commie bot. It's doing exactly what I ask it to do. And all it's doing is just deleting comments from one of the channels. There's like 10 other channels. So you should be able to. Strong latch lock springs for the shortcuts. Oh, nice link, mister. Let's go check that out. I didn't know they're... and those definitely fit. You have tested them? Or you think they'll fit? Which size do we need? Did you say that in the Discord? 3 millimeters by 0.5? The ones that are listed, 10 millimeters long. I haven't even taken it apart yet to see how it works. Yeah, keep it scale stupid. You can't comment in the Knife Picks channel. And it says at the top now, it says pics and reactions only, please. Chat in general. Oh, okay, the 10 millimeter long. Yeah, if you look at the top of the Knife Picks channel now, it says pics and reactions only, please. Chat in general or any other related channel. So you can chat and make messages in every other channel except for the Knife Picks one. Because I just want it to be full of nice pics. It just clogs it up when there's a bunch of text and stuff and we don't see all. You have to scroll forever before you get to the next picture. Like there's just big gaps where it's not pictures. So I want it to just be all photos. All right, mister, that sounds awesome. Thank you for ordering them, testing them out. Have you taken apart your shortcut completely? And if so, was it difficult? And did it go back together? Be sure and name every pick then. Oh. You can go ask in general what the knife somebody just posted in Knife Picks was. So all you gotta do is if somebody like right now, all you gotta do is go to general and say, hey, what's the knife in the picture you just posted, so and so. You'll be able to type everywhere else. What's the knife you just posted a picture of? So if you're curious about a knife, you can just ask in general. Michael, no, it's all good. I was just explaining that it was doing what I wanted it to do. I just want one channel where we have a nice, like a Flickr or something, like somewhere where it's not just crowded with comments. It's just beautiful pictures. Because you can talk in any of the other ones. I didn't stop any of the other stuff. You can type in pocket check, you can type in whatever. And I added a new room called Searchy, which you can use the search box bot in there if you want to not use it in the general if you want to go look up something while you're on the Discord. And I put all the terms that you type in at the top up there. So if you want to look up the Wikipedia of something, you just type Wikipedia, and then let's see, the Loch Ness Monster. I didn't even spell that right. And it'll give you the Wikipedia summary for Loch Ness Monster. But you can do that in that channel so that it doesn't like clog up, but there's a channel called Searchy, because that's the bot's name. And you can also look up stuff like Urban Dictionary. Like, I don't want to show this on YouTube, but we'll just type in thought. A girl who is looked at as a hoe or slut. That girl is a thought. So it's got some cool little things that you can do with it, but all the commands are up there at the top. And if you type a / in Discord, all the commands will pop up that you're available to do. Anyway, that was just some little bots I added. And I'm not sure if y'all know, but the way that I find knives a lot of times and figure out what they are, so I know that if you've got an Android phone, I know this works, but I don't know if it works on everything. But if I'm in the Discord and I'm on the Knife Picks channel and I click on this knife picture and I want to know what this left knife is here, I just hold down the middle button and I circle that knife and it does an image search and it tells me right here that it is a Vosti Thornton. So it's got it built in image search, and if I want to know what the one beside it is over there, I just move that box over there and then it'll tell me it's a shortcut and it'll give me links to it. So that's a lot of times how I look up knives. So if I don't know what this knife is that he's got right here in this picture, well, it's better if they're not at an angle, but it shouldn't matter. You just hold down on the middle button on the Android and circle what you want to find, and it'll go, and it found that picture and tells you what it is. So that's a good trick that you need to learn how to use on your phone if you don't do it. If you've got an iPhone, you can do it too. I'm not sure exactly how to do that. But so yesterday when I couldn't remember which knives were which when I was looking at them, I just grab a knife and I open my camera here and I just hold it out in front of my camera and get it to where it's in frame, and then I just hold that middle button down and I circle it and it pops up and tells me that it's an Ontario knife Carter Prime. So that's a real easy way to figure out what stuff is. I know some of y'all aren't technically savvy, but it's not that hard. All you gotta do is hold down the middle button and circle something. And it's called Google Lens. So you can also do that in a web browser, on a web page. All right. So what are we going to talk about today as far as knife goes? I guess the only person that told me what they're carrying today was Lone Star. And I think it was a cold steel again. He kind of skipped over it because he hasn't been talking much other than just telling us that. But I think he popped in and said something about oh no, it wasn't a cold steel today. It was a Browse Blades Enforcer. Yeah, that image search, man, that saves my life. Keep it scale stupid. I wouldn't know how to find. I wouldn't know what knives I own. It comes in real handy, and it works pretty good. Especially if, like, William, all you gotta do is hold down on the. So just open your camera, just like I've got done here, and it's a little washed out, but my phone sees this knife just fine. And then just hold down the middle button down here on your phone, and it'll grab a screenshot, and you just circle or draw a box around what you want to search. So you just draw a box around it, and it'll find it and tell you, it'll find knives that look like it. And it actually found my exact video for that same knife. Benchmade 940 Osborne. It actually found that exact knife. But yeah, all you do is hold down on the middle button. Good morning, Christopher Hinckley. And somebody tell them how to do it on the iPhone. So I know you can get Google Lens. So the name of the program is Google Lens. And you can use it on anything, websites, pictures, your camera, all that stuff. So what is in here? Oh, what was I wanting to talk about? If y'all missed in the beginning, I tested my theory about cutting through titanium. So I took my 1mm sheet and I drew a circle, and then I dropped the laser down a little bit until it's about to cut through all the way. So it only took about 6 passes to go that deep and cut a circle out. So I can make my own watch faces now and stuff. And I can cut out whatever I want to out of whatever kind of metal. So that'll be cool. I wish I knew what knife I'm getting in today. It makes me angry. Let's go look at some knives, since that's what we do here. What is this Nemo Knives? I don't remember bookmarking it. Why is my internet? Oh, it's the Fat Dragon. Somebody linked that one day. Let's see. This guy, oh, there was in knives today, there was some cool stuff. Let's see. There's our buddy Mr. Buckaroo Bonsai, showing what he always does, the pocket check post in knives every morning. There's what he's carrying today. The Dreadnought. That's another one I would like to check out. How is the Dreadnought, TC? What's smoking? My cigarette. Me. Good morning, Ed. Yeah, how is the Dreadnought? Anybody that's got it? It looks real similar to a few of the other big concepts lately. There's a GTC $3,750 knife. Well worth it for all the work he puts in. Crazy looking knife. You don't own it? You don't have the Dreadnought, TC? That's surprising. Some of these guys in knives have some really nice collections. Oh, I know something else I wanted to mention. I won a couple more knives on eBay. Did I show, I think yesterday, since we got in with Jack, I didn't show what I bought, but I got one of those FAFOs, the TS330 that Ed showed us on stream. I bought this one. I got it for $85. So if y'all want one, just know that he will take $85. But it's a weird knife that is brass knuckles and a knife all in one. And they didn't have a picture of it closed on this ad, so that's why I posted a picture of another listing. But I got that one. And then I also I got this too, which is, I probably overpaid for this thing. And I don't know why I got it, other than just it's kind of cool. It's a Tucson lighter and whistle. Waterproof pill case, titanium body, lighter and whistle. And I paid $13 for it. I mean, I don't know. I don't guess it's too bad. It's a Tucson product. And it does have a lighter, which is kind of cool. TC, the Dreadnought was the one I was asking if you had, not the GTC. So I got that one too. Yeah, I was asking you about the Dreadnought, TC. Not the GTC. And this is the other one I won for $62. The TS457 in M390. And it's got super cool milling on it as well. Reminds me of a Megaron a little bit, the milling. And I like the front flipper on it. It looks like it's going to work good. So any M390 Tucson you can get for $62 is a no-brainer for me. And then I won an auction on this one last night, which is the TS 72 in M390. And this one is actually $150 on White Mountain Knives. And I like the compound grind on it. I like the milling. I like the M390. And I got it for $66. Which, the fact that they're $150 on White Mountain Knives, you even take off the 10%, $15, that's still $135. So I basically got it for half price. And I don't know where else you can get a full titanium M390 knife for $66. Yeah, let's go watch a little bit of that video. I just saw that Ed posted. I'm not sure where you posted those links. Maybe it was in general. Yeah. So let's watch that tri-state video. A little bit of it. And this will show y'all those that knife. And I don't know why my internet's acting all crazy. Good morning, Mitchell.
Unbelievable trio of knives I've ever this is the most unbelievable trio of knives I've ever Well, hello YouTube, it's me, Tri-State EDC. I got 3 more knives from the giant box that Ed Durbin sent me. There have been 2 prior videos, the 2 PMP, the 2 pimp knives, a couple of pimps. But there are 3 unmarked pouches here. Now, he did send me a handful of clones from SMKE. I've always been interested by SMKE. I don't know which ones these are. So we're just gonna go through them. There's 3, they're identical. We're gonna see what's going on here. See how things look. I'm so tired. Please help me. And a lot. He's sent the left side and see what. Okay. First off, aggressive lanyard bead. This is a Koenig Arius clone. And it's real.
All right, we've all seen that.
You can tell right away. It's a little wonky. It's in to collect.
That's the Arius clone.
Does not doesn't cutting performance.
I've shown it multiple times.
Visually, yeah, dude. I mean, kind of hard to decipher. If you don't know, you don't know. The hardware is very different. First off, the jimping is smaller on the lock bar. Mine's a hand rub satin, not a belt satin. Pocket clip's about the same. Here's a big one. Here's a dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. It's these beautiful little machining lines in the cutaway. Right there. See those? Guess what? None on the clone. They're gone. They're not there. Smooth as silk. So listen to the acoustics. This is where we're really going to know the difference. So that's the clone. Here's the real one. It's pretty much night and day. Do you hear us?
All right, so that's the Arius clone.
Holy shit. God. Holy shit. What is this? Oh my God. What is this? Oh my God. I saw this on Knives' channel, and I've seen it on your Instagram, Ed. Which one is this? Help. Help.
That's the fatty slash, right?
The Reese Wayland fatty slash. This is the Reese Wayland fatty slash. It says this one's a little worse for wear. No, not really. Looks fine to me. Wow. Wow. Apparently the flipper tab used to be much bigger. I do remember the flipper tab used to come way out here. So this is also made by SMKE, the same people that made the clone. This is not a clone, I don't believe. It is the Reese Wayland fatty slash. Maybe it's a clone. Future me, is this a clone? Look at the blade stock. Here is the entirety of a rock wall. The blade stock. Oh, I dropped it. I dropped it on my Koenig Arius, the real one, not the fake one. Dude, the blade stock is thicker. Let me zoom in. Than an actual entire rock wall. That is, here is a rock wall from the top. That is just obnoxious. Oh my God. I kind of love it. Make sure my Koenig's all right. We're good. Everything's fine. That's obnoxious. Giant titanium pocket clip. Huge lock bar. Look at the size of this frame lock. Got some nice micro milling on here. You know. Blue anode. What an absurd thing. It weighs about 19 pounds. That is giant backspacer. What a ridiculous thing. Let's flip it open. It flips, dude. No shit. Look at this. This is not even a knife anymore. I don't know what this is. Look how thick. This is my finger, dude. This is my finger. What? What?
This is my finger.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. That's your finger.
Absolutely absurd. Lockup is a little bit up and down blade play, a little bit of side to side, nothing too crazy. Very minimal hardware for as big as that is. Pivot screw, 1, 2, 3 screws back here. That's it. That's holding the whole thing together. Got an over travel stop disc on the lock bar. No internal milling, obviously. What a ridiculous thing. It's, actually,
right.
blade shapes is, in hand, half the, it closes. Ways about it. Like, my wrist hurts. It weighs, it. Oh. Crazy, out of this world, outrageous in every single way.
What's up with the blade grind on that one,
Crazy,
Ed? What's up with that sharpening there? Is that another one you took to work and got mad at?
Out of this world, outrageous in every single way. I have no more adjectives. I have no more adjectives. This is the SMKE ridiculous thing. I'm kind of in love with it. It weighs 18 pounds though. My wrist actually hurts. So that's 2 down. Let's get to the third one real quick. Oh, we gotta cut something with it. What am I doing? We're not gonna bother cutting anything with that cheap clone. I mean, it wants to, you know? It really wants to. He did say he hasn't touched up the edge in a while, so maybe with his permission I'll do that, and we'll do a cut test on the live stream. Okay. It'll cut, dude. Unreal. This is just... It's a chisel. It's not a knife. It's like an attached ridiculous, dude. Nope. The clone, the live stream. Holy shit! What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? How do I even... I'm so scared. Brass knucks, bro? Is this the Tucson? This looks like a Tucson. Get the fuck. Can I flip it open? What the fuck? First off, ergos, very satisfying. Brass knuckles, so satisfying. Can I... I can't. You can only... How do I open you? I guess I gotta slow roll like an old man. Yeah, this is the... This is the most unbelievable trio of knives I've ever fucking opened. This is the Tucson TS330 FAFO, which stands for fuck around and find out. I've been fucking around with it for a minute and I found out. Yeah, I don't even, this is so above my pay grade. I don't even know what to say about this. Really nice micro milling, texturing on the handles. Get your finger in there, feels nice. Get your finger in there, feels nice. Ow, I've cut my, ow. It's very dangerous, even for the end user. I mean, reverse, finger in the hole, yeah, feels good. Feels great. Not very stabby, but it has a screwdriver and a nice little blade on it. 14C28N, designed by Rattlesnake Knives. Absurd. It's a button lock, which is interesting to me, but it's not. The action is not good. You have to like slow roll it. There's no other way to do it. And it locks shut. So when you press the button, it'll unlock it, but when it's closed, it locks shut, and it locks open. So the only way to really open it is if you have giant hands or you pinch and roll, which kind of seems counterintuitive for a tactical knife of this caliber. There, I have my flesh all over it now. You can hold this bitch any old way you want. Yeah, there's no wrong way to hold this thing. You know, you can just flip-flop it around all day. Can you do the old, yeah, dude, all day. Sure. Why not? I'm scared? Okay. What a thing. What a fucking thing. 14C28N blade. I don't know what else to say about it. There's no pocket clip. You could punch somebody directly in the mouth with it, sure.
Good morning, Knives Are Live.
You could, you know, fix somebody's glasses with the end of it, which is a nice addition, if you ask me. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Action is this. Action's this. Acoustics is this. No action or acoustics for this one. Sorry. There just aren't any. But we can cut something with it. Just for... No. Still no. No. I don't think... Well, okay. All right, okay. Yeah, it'll cut. You gotta come at it just the right angle, man. I don't know that I would use this for self-defense or EDC. I think this is more just like a conversation piece. I really don't see this serving a purpose because it'll take 6 years for you to open it.
Yeah, that's why I bought one.
And you don't have
just as a conversation piece.
You just have like a little belly and a screwdriver. So I'm really not sure what the purpose is with this knife, but it does cut, and it is ridiculous. Ed, the surprises just keep rolling, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you, Ed, for sending this stuff along. TS 330. This big chungus here is... Which one is this? I don't even know. The Reese Wayland Fatty Slash. And this is a fake Conigarius. Don't buy fake Conigarius. Don't do it. But thank you. Thank you for sending these, Ed. I got a kick out of this unboxing.
Well, there you go. So, that's that brass knuckle. Yeah, it'd be great for brass knuckles. You can get, can you get those, can you just type in, knuckles, brass knuckles? Yeah, you can just type them in Amazon. I thought they would call them something different. But they got those single finger ones like I got for pretty cheap now. Like these, but they're solid. See if we got a... Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, like the one I got, they got these for super cheap. Like this one right here. And they work great. Like that's all you need. You don't need a bunch. I mean, that right there with my weight behind it is gonna hurt a man. But they got these for super cheap on AliExpress, this exact brand. And I don't know if I type in single knuckles. Yeah, so I know I can find them on AliExpress. The easiest way to... Let me show you all the easiest way to find something on AliExpress. So you take a picture of it. Or you find a picture of it, should I say. Because if you're looking for something, you probably don't have it. But the fact that I have one of these is going to help. So you find a picture of something. You go to AliExpress, and they have an image search at the top. So let me show you here. So up here at the top in the search box, they have a search by image. So you can either drop an image here or you can upload a photo. So you can go to where you found the photo of the thing you're looking for. Like I just took a picture of mine, and then it will show you stuff that looks like that. So that's a really good trick on AliExpress to help you find stuff. And I believe you can do the same thing on Amazon, maybe. I don't know if they have image search. And then on AliExpress, once you find something, you can scroll down and it'll show you related items a lot of times. And you can also go to the store that sells this thing. So you can go right down here and get the store name and go to that store, and he might have more this is just a random store, but some of the guys specialize in stuff like this double one. Oh, that's a ring. It's got ring size and everything. That's a hip hop ring. That's weird. So what do they call this thing? Keychain bottle opener. EDC tool. EDC knuckle. Yeah, I didn't find it. Oh my God. Y'all can't see. What in the world? Why do I do that stupid thing? So yeah, up here at the top, you just go to the search on AliExpress and hit upload photo. I gotta check my stupid, when I have the browser full screen, I can't see it. But you can search by an image and it'll find stuff related to it. I just said this and I just showed it and I just repeated it. But I don't know if they've got the terms like harder to find. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of the stores like Valerian will have some of this stuff too. They're calling it bottle openers because that one does have a bottle opener. There we go. There's more like, so that's just $2 if you haven't ordered anything. Aha, here we go. Maybe we'll find some more. Let's see. To Be Better One store. Oh wow. We've got some stuff on here we might not should be looking at. $3. Anyway, those single finger, I think Google, I know Google image search has an image search, so you can do the same thing.
I don't understand.
Oh, sorry Google. Alright, so here's these exact ones. And I know they sell them on AliExpress. I just couldn't find a link. There's DH Gate. That one's got a little rough edge on it too. Like, that would hurt you. I swear they sell these on AliExpress, and if you scroll down far enough, you should be able to find one on AliExpress. That's the same one I've got 5 years ago. Aha! Here's some of the double finger ones. Where do they sell those at? Duster. I forgot they call them dusters. Knuckle dusters. There we go. There's a bunch of them. A lot of people are into them nowadays, it seems like. Especially the single finger ones.
Internet computer reached $6.22 on Coinbase.
Hey, hold on.
$6.22.
Let me my phone's giving me a crypto alert. Let me sell some crypto real quick. I had an alert set to where if it reached a certain price, I wanted to sell it. So let me sell a couple $1,000s worth of crypto real quick. It's been on a run this last week, so I've been trying to like time it to where I could make some money and wait till it goes back down and rebuy it again. All right, I said if it...
Internet computer reached
Hold on.
$6.22 on Coinbase.
Stop.
Price is $6.22.
Shut up. I got it. I'm on top of it. Alert. All right, convert. Order submitted. All right, sorry, I had to sell some crypto. /to-gash website. That sounds bad. Can I show that on YouTube? £1. What is this website from 1988? Yeah, they got a bunch. That one's got a bullet, 50 cal bullet. That's pretty wild. Yeah, there's some pretty wild brass knuckles out there. Now, I still want to know what I got being delivered today. Oh, these were posted an hour ago. Let me share this to the Discord. So in the links channel, I always post all the newest AliExpress codes too, if you want them. And I just posted the newest ones. But they'll save you quite a bit of money. But here's the newest ones that work. So $20 off, 159. So if you were to order that Kaiser Aura, you could get $20 off of it. Get it for 139 and instead of 159. Yeah. So brass knuckles. Brass knuckles and synthetic knives. And little shard multi-tools. I mean, pry bar things. And 2 Sun pry bars. What else do I got laying around here that's weird? I always keep this handy too. This is nice. This little Gerber. It's in my Discord, Stacy. I always put the newest ones in the links channel. I put them up there every month, so you should just be able to scroll up and find them at some point. That's where they're at. That's where I'm clicking on right here. But if you scroll up in the links channel, there'll be another one at some point from earlier this month. Right here. So yeah, And they always look like that, so. But you can find them on Reddit. So there's a subreddit that I'm like one of the top 1%. I think I've got the #1 post a lot of months. But it's Chinese knives. So this forum, Chinese Knives, is where they always get posted. So there's the one I just grabbed. Somebody's selling a Hawk Shortcut clone for $80. Somebody bought it already. So that's done. There's a fin rear. We were just talking about the fin rear. That Max Ace Hydra is a beast. Yeah, they're hard to find on AliExpress. You have to figure out, I don't know how to navigate it. Mordax clone. Those are both ugly. Oh yeah, somebody was selling the M398 for $100. I almost bought that just to have it. Wonder if it's sold yet. Yep, somebody bought it. Somebody posted those Yankee knives. This guy has that here's that Rye Designs knife that I showed y'all the other day with the gold. So I love the shape of that knife. I just don't know why they made it so gaudy with the gold. Like I like the, there it is up on the top there too. I love the Damascus inlay, but why did they make it gold? Like, it's got a mirror polished blade and everything, but they made it gold. Yeah, I love that blade shape. I actually posted that on the Discord too. I found the link after the video that day, and I posted it. I swear I posted it. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. So the link takes you here, and they got a Damascus blade version with the gold and the blue, and then they have the regular blade version with the mirror polish. If I thought I could get the inlays out of that and get them back in, I would almost buy one and wink it or multi-etch it back to, or bead blast it. Yeah, that looks like cheap costume jewelry, like Mall Ninja. But I love the look of the knife. It's just too much going on. Alright. Let's see. Back to what else did I want to show? There was something else I wanted to show, and I cannot remember what it was. Maybe, oh yeah, I was trying to figure out what I had coming in today. I didn't win the click. I almost bought a Militov for $70 yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. I bought that RTB. I showed y'all that one. Because I want to try out the size of it before I buy the full titanium one. Does anybody have one of those? The little RTB? The Remet? This knife? Whoops. This knife? Yeah, the thing I love about the Gerber dime is how little it is and the pliers work great. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the holes on it. I wish it was solid, but I got it for 25 bucks. And I've been wanting one of the titanium ones. Been wanting one of these. But I want to see how it feels in hand and if I like it. Oh, I want a swordfish too. Do you have the new RT? Well, I guess, I don't know if there is another version. Do they make an old one and a new one? Yeah, they make the old one too. No, that's the new one, I guess. Yeah, that's a sweet knife. It makes such a good noise too. Like the noise on that thing. I haven't seen the Gerber hatchet, but this little dime works great when you have to grab like little screws on knives to get them out. You're able to reach down in between. Oh yeah, what I use these for is to hold standoffs on knives. So when you have to grab that because it spins, this Gerber dime will reach down in there and grab that standoff. So I use it a lot of times to hold standoffs that spin. That's why I love how narrow these little dime pliers are, because these, you can't find pliers that'll get in there to reach standoffs like that, but these will hold them so they don't spin. So that's what I use that for all the time. I haven't seen the little hatchets though. I mean, you know, I got those little axes. That are super sharp and cut me. Yeah, these little things are crazy sharp. Of course, this paper sucks, but anyway, these little things are awesome. Oh, you got the first run, Stacy? Yeah. Can I find replacement toothpicks and tweezers for old Victorinox knives? I have this one, and I want to get the tweezers and toothpicks. I'm sure some company makes replacement ones, right? Y'all know anything about Victorinox? Because this is an old one. I think it's sought after a little bit with the watch on it. I need to look into that. I hadn't even checked that out. Amazon. All right, thank you. And then on my keychain, I've got I always keep the two little. These are both on my keychain. I should put them both on quick release. I have a bunch of those little quick release things for keychains. These little button, the kind you push the little buttons and they come off. But I have both of these little cold steels on my keychain at all times, and they're super sharp too, and handy little things. I got the Tanto and the drop point. Anybody know what model this is? What is a sack? Terminology sucks. Yeah, these are awesome. Man, it's the micro day. So I got this little CRKT and little Boker too. It's the day of littles. I got another one of those axes. I got the Swiss Army knife. Duh. What I was just talking about. I should have put that together. A little scattered today. It's all good. Some days you get like that. I have this on my keychain too. These are pretty cool little flashlights. They've got the turbo mode, like 1200 lumens, and then they have all the little cool little lights. I don't remember how to change them. Oh yeah, like the red and the blue and the flashing ones, and the police light, and the little sideways bright light. And then they have like a infrared light and a green light. So these are pretty cool too. I don't know who makes these, but they're USB-C, and they have all the different modes, but they're pretty handy too. Here's the Swiss Army knife. They're called the Recon. They're the micro Recons. Recon 1. They're on Amazon. But here's the one with the watch. Yeah, you can go. They're called the Recon 1 Micro, I think, or Mini. I think they're the Micro. So yeah, am I in the right browser? Yeah. Why am I logged in? Whoa. Hold on. Let me get back there. I shouldn't have been logged in on Firefox. Yeah, they're 28. They're 19 bucks for the Tanto. It's on sale. Yeah, they're pretty cool to have. and the lock doesn't break. You can open boxes with them. Imagine that. They are really sharp. I want one of those, what's that new, cold steel, yeah, I want one of these. I want to try this out. I need to find one of these on, because it's got the Snex lock, or it's got the same lock as the other Atlas. But it's titanium. And I've heard good things about it. Oh, dang it. I got lost. I clicked on a... If y'all know what Kodi is, K-O-D-I, I just opened Kodi, so I can't see nothing right now. It just went full screen. Alright, there we go. I'm back. Yeah, those are supposed to be cool little knives. It's crazy how much knives are on the Cold Steel web page. $250 for that same knife. Alright. What else are we going to talk about this morning? I'm kind of tired this morning. I'm not my chipper self. Not as chipper. I'm going to try to finish cutting this out before I go to bed. This piece of titanium with my laser. See if I can get it to cut on through. Pretty cool. That's what I'm going to do before bed. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all being here again this morning. Watching Ed's video was pretty cool with the crazy knives. I got to my daughter's gotten into gardening, and I had some gardening stuff set up inside, and I ended up giving her a bunch of grow lights yesterday. She's growing flowers inside now, real flowers. So she's excited to get all that set up today. I gave her like 6 or 7 lights, which is pretty cool. She's getting into horticulture. Sorry, she's growing all kinds of pretty flowers. So that was cool. But I don't think I got enough sleep yesterday. I think that's why don't have much energy today. Because I didn't have much going on at work last night. Although the Saturday night, the elevator was out all night at the hotel. So that really sucked. Man, the action on these things is sick. Thank you, Miss Stacy. Hope you have a great day. World's largest pivot. Not the world's largest, but I'm about to go scan in a knife. I'm gonna go see if I can scan something in on my scanner and then import it into my laser program, and it'll be the exact shape that I need. So when I start drawing patterns on knives, I can lay them on the scanner bed. So I'm gonna try that before I go to bed too, because I want to get where I can laser engrave stuff. Super good. Anyway, guys and gals, I appreciate y'all. Don't forget, if you need me, you know how to get a hold of me. Email me. Mr. Scott, if you happen to be in the background at work watching, or you watch this later on this evening, you told me that you did send me that email, but you didn't. I didn't ever get an email from you about the watch parts with the links to them. All I got was the one with the pictures. And I guess I could take every picture and do that reverse search on AliExpress, but it'd be easier if you just sent me the links. So if you don't mind doing that, that'd be awesome. If any of you other people want help with building a watch or something, hit me up in my email. I would love to help you with that. By the way, I'm wearing my Hublot today, and it actually, something happened with it, and it got off on the time. I don't know what was up with that. Maybe I wasn't active enough yesterday. So, Mister, do you have a 3D printer? Are you into 3D printers? I heard you talking about earlier before the stream started that you printed parts for models. Did we talk about that? Do you have a Prusa? Is that what we talked about? No? I'm not sure if we talked about it. Or do you have a resin printer? Do you have FDM, or do you have... Because I've got like 8 or 9 printers. But I wasn't sure if you... I saw you were talking to Keep It Scale Stupid before the broadcast about model stuff. Oh, you got a Creality? You got an Ender? An Ender 2 or an Ender 3 or something? Do you have the Pro, or do you just have the regular one? You know what kind of drivers you have for your stepper motors? I'm getting way too technical, but I used to build them and sell them. Do you get PCBWay to print stuff for you too? Because I know they do circuit boards, but I think they offer 3D printing too. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a good printer. Do you have the auto bed leveling, or do you have to use a sheet of paper? Because I know you can buy the Ender attachments for the auto bed leveler. I've got a Pro 3 in the box still that I had never opened. Or it actually might be a Pro 3 Max or something. Yeah, I think it's a Pro 3 Max with the auto bed leveler. But yeah, 3D printers are awesome. There for a while, I thought they were a paradigm shift and they were going to be the next thing, like the Industrial Revolution. Like, I was real big into 3D printers, and I've got a Facebook group with like over 3,000 members. You need to join it and check it out. If you go to Facebook, it's called I think it's just 3D printer support group. Yeah. On Facebook, this is my channel. I mean my group. 3D printer support group. Prusa, i3, Core XY, Delta, Smart Trap Core, Hypercube. 2,100 members. And then I've shown you the article that Hackaday did on me for 3D printing a 3D printer frame. But my name's down here, or my fake name, it says Chip Jones. But yeah, I was real big into 3D printers. Even to the point where I designed this one so you could 3D print a 3D printer. Yeah, Shapeways is a good place. You've never used it? Wow. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that post when I talked about it on my thread, but I've got a Thingiverse link to all the parts that where I 3D printed and made all the aluminum extrusion, so they fit together, and then I 3D modeled all the parts for it, all the braces, all the motor mounts, all the stuff for the extrusion, the board cover and the board mount, all the bracing and stuff for the fans. Yeah, I made all these parts. And there's actually been people that have downloaded it and like built it, which is pretty wild to me. I still get notifications every now and then. I did this back in 2017. But I still get notifications where people will comment, like right here. Somebody responded, I don't know, back in 2024 I got one. What is the cost to print all these parts? Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah, so there's one called a mostly printed 3D. It's called a mostly 3D printed CNC. There's a website. It's called the MPCNC, and you can 3D print most of the parts and then just buy some steel tubing and mount your router, and you can make it any size you want according to how big you make the rods. But there's people that build these all the time, and they have here's a gallery of people that have built them. So oh no, that's a gallery of people, but you can do but yes, I want to do a CNC mill, but you ought to check out this site. Here's the Primo. Let's see. Hold on. And they make a lowrider version. But you can make them as big as you want. And super cool stuff though. But the mostly printed CNC, these guys have been doing it for a while, and they got it down. So you can use a Makita DeWalt, or you can get an import spindle. So the import spindles are the best to use because you can get the most power out of them. And they work a lot better than just a router does. But you just use conduit for $12 to build it. And like I said, you can make a 4x4 like super easy. And it tells you, it's got a calculator to tell you how big you need all the parts to make it as big as you want. But you can make a 4x8 one for sure. Let's see, 4x8 mostly printed CNC. You can buy all the parts too if you want to. Let's see, images. So yeah, there's guys that do. So you can build some super cool ones. There's a 4x4 one. But you can get into it with your 3D printer for super cheap with conduit, 3D printed parts, and a router or a $99 spindle. So yeah, check that out, man, if you're into CNCs and want to get into it. And then have you Smart Rep Wrap. No, hold on. Hold on just a second. Let me show you one thing before I leave. So you can also build, whoops. Smart Trap Core. Hold on. Smart Wrap Core. So you can build these super cool 3D printers out of a box. So you make the frame. I don't know if you can see this, but you build the printer inside of a box. Let me show you. Hold on. I got some super cool ones. This is a cool way to build an inexpensive 3D printer too. Is you can build one inside a box just like that, and you mount all your rails and motors to the side, and you can build those for super cheap too. I built a couple of those, but they make some really cool ones, some kits that you can buy too. Anyway, I'm big into 3D printers, or I was. So if you ever got any questions about yours, hit me up. Anyway, I'm going to end this here. Y'all have a great Monday. We'll do this again tomorrow. I should be in better spirits tomorrow and have more energy, so I won't be as draggy. Anyway, love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Have a